Welcome to Baja Raptor Run. What an amazing adventure. We've got a lot of old school guys back here. Fastest driver in Baja, Surf Pro is here, I'm here, Chin's here, a ton of new customers. We're having a blast, having a great time. Keep your eyes on the videos and we're gonna have a blast.
Welcome to Laguna Chapala.
All right, we're on the lake bed. Probably one of my favorite little things to do. So we can rip this lake bed a bunch of times, have fun, drive it down until you see the bushes, and slow down and turn around before you run into stuff.
We really enjoyed coming down first, and our first taste of dirt in Baja was the dry lake bed. We've seen lots of clips and videos of the dry lake bed and really enjoyed that as our first taste of Baja.
Absolutely exhilarating. I mean, it's just like a dream come true. You know, you buy this truck and you always dream of, you see the videos and the movies, and then all of a sudden you're there and the dust flying away from you and go as fast as you can, and can't describe it. It's an incredible feeling.
Not sure exactly how fast we were going because we had switched our car into kilometers per hour. So if you look at our videos, it looks like we're going extremely fast, like 117 kilometers per hour, until you actually check the units and are like, yeah, you know, maybe this is a little bit slower. But it was super fun. A great way to kind of like start out the trip.
I got up to like about 97 miles an hour, you know, and it was like just riding on the road at 65 miles an hour, you know, and it was safe, no worries, you know, everybody kept their distance. That lake bed is an awesome place to be.
They already know who I am. The people know who I am. It's not my first time in Baja. No necesito Nemo. Let's just save the time, save the pipes.
Why do they doubt me, kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is.
I'm the fastest driver in Baja. Chin's the slowest. Chin's so slow. That's not true. Alex is the slowest driver in Baja. That's why he's the 406. That wasn't even a thing. Now it is, because he's a 406. He's slower than everybody else. And it's probably because Noggle's with him. Noggle doesn't even have a truck. All he's got is a semi-beautiful voice. He doesn't have a truck, nothing else for those boys to bring to the table. They're slow.
He's not the fastest Baja driver in Baja.
He's been lying this whole time.
I think it's an analogy.
Someone who claims to be the fastest driver of Baja, no one really knows who he is. He's kind of a mystery out there. Y'all behind the lens don't even really know who he is. He claims to be fast, and on this day, man, he was just slow. We were all trying to keep up as a team, but we never leave people behind. That's a big thing. We always travel in groups, but when you fall to the back of the pack, sometimes egos can get in the way. We aren't going to let you fall behind. We're going to bring you to the next stop with us. It's okay if you shed a tear. It's something that you have guys here that are here to support you. So whether you're the fastest driver some days and the slowest the next, we all end up in the same place.
Let's talk about Chin. How many followers does Chin have on Instagram?
Quite a few, actually.
I mean, several 100,000, right? Am I wrong? What?
Him?
Chin has 26,000 followers. I love me some Chin.
I like Chin.
I don't know what I would do with 26,000 followers.
Probably go to jail.
You know, watching the video and seeing them guys on there, then actually coming here and being next to them, being able to drive next to these guys, and they giving you a few pointers on, you know, what to do and when to do and how to do it. I mean, it's fascinating because, you know, they've been here, they've been on it, they know, and Trey advises, yeah, it's fun, but I wouldn't do that, you know, but I mean, hey, you know, he advises us, have some fun, you know, do it, he instructs us in a safe way, you know, Chin always giving us instructions, Christian always giving instructions, you know, hey, have some fun.
This trip, we have a lot of new guys, a lot of people that have never been down to Baja, a lot of great guys, actually one of the best group of customers we've ever had, to be honest. It's amazing how you can come down here so many different times, and all the little things that become second nature to you coming on these trips and coming down to Baja can be such valuable information to all the customers. And it's really great when you can get a good group of customers that can retain that knowledge, apply that knowledge, and it helps everybody stay a little bit safer down here in Baja.
Making friends is always amazing on these trips. Always get an opportunity to meet good people. I have people that I keep in contact, even from the first trip that we made. Good friends that I think will probably be friends for life.
This is my first official Baja Raptor run. Met Trey out at the Marfa Raptor run in Far West Texas last fall, and he said that my wife and I would have a great time down here, and here we are.
Best part of this entire trip is how great everybody is, and you know how much fun you can have with everybody, and just in instantly, you know, the jokes are flying.
Mr. Guac and Guacette, first met them in Baja Raptor run last year. Great Baja people now. They've been fantastic to be here. But I'll tell you what, if you want a headache, you go see the Guacs.
What's fun about Guac and Guacette is that like this is the first adventure for them, and so they're like, hey, let's do something new. You know, they're professionals by day, but like they're adventurers. There's a lot of fun to meet people that are, you know, similar in some capacity to me. Guac and Guacette, they're good people.
The mountain climbers are new here. They're first-time customers. I think only one of them's a mountain climber, but you can tell. You talk to this man, you know he's about climbing mountains. I mean, he's climbed Everest, Annapurna, you name it. He's climbed them all. He's a really cool guy to talk to. It's not often you get to meet people that have a different kind of adventure than you're used to down here in Baja. Normally, we're the ones that are sharing the adventures that we've had down here in Baja, but to talk to and interact with people like that, good to have them around and just awesome stories to listen to.
I think I sold her on, well, we've been to Baja several times. We're gonna see different parts. We're gonna try a little bit off-road. She didn't realize that when we go off-road, it's 70 miles an hour on a rocks and gravel.
I never knew that you could burn 10,000 calories a day sitting in a truck.
Tow truck, great people. Glad to have those guys on the trip. We connected day one. A lot of fun. We got young man Cecil, we got old man Cecil. Both of them were a hell of a time. Drive the out of their trucks, like really good people to have here.
Everybody is just, you know, we became, after the first day, second day, you know, they were trying to think of names, you know, because we went from CNC to Big C, Lil C to tow truck. Now that's our name now, tow trucks. Everybody knows tow truck, and we all come together as one. One person break down, we all tow truck drivers did.
This is my 9th Baja Raptor run. I've spent a lot of time in the dirt, a lot of time driving trucks, riding in trucks, and I know how to do things much better than I did in 2013 on the very first Baja Raptor run I came. But what I will say is, what's amazing about this is how much we embrace the new driver, how much we want to have you experience the Ford F-150 Raptor in Baja, where it was built and designed to be, and to teach you how to drive it, to take you on roads at high speeds, to take you through Vados, to do all the fun things in the Raptor. And Trey and Hudson and myself and all the others that have a lot of experience and have been multiple times, we embrace the questions, we want to teach, we want people to learn and enjoy how to use the truck. The truck was built for this place. This place is amazing. And we just love teaching people how to use it. We love seeing people learn how to use it. And by the end of the trip, almost every driver that ever comes down here is faster, they're better in the turns, they know how to do everything better. And it's really cool to watch somebody become a better Raptor driver.
So on this trip, you have a variety of different skill levels. I have a little bit of experience when I met Trey and the guys out in Marfa, getting to know my truck, getting to know the way that we all communicate on the trail and getting to and from different places and marking corners. But when you have a variety of different skill levels coming to Mexico, guys who have never driven before, you have the beaches, you have the fast gravel roads, and you have soft silt, getting to experience each of those different scenarios off-road and having a team of guys who have been down here and want to share their knowledge with you so that you have the most fun you can and you get to experience your vehicle in a way that most people don't get to driving around the city. They just want to share their knowledge. The guys that have been down here and experienced drivers, it's just really enjoyable getting to do it with the guys that know what they're doing.
One of the fun things about this trip is, for me at least, I spoke to some guys that have come on the trip before, and actually I reached out to Trey originally. You know, do you need to have a super built truck with you know, mid-travel suspension and every other component, you know, available? And the answer is no. Just getting good advice from other people that might have been, or just even talking to the staff before you come. If you have any questions, get the answers that you're looking for, which is you can bring a stock truck, a great attitude, be eager for, you know, some adventure, and like you're gonna have a great time.
They know exactly what they're doing and they know how they're doing it, and they're able to instruct you without even being there on the different turns that they make. Watch out for the locals. They're pretty familiar with them. They are friends with them. They know them. The locals allow us to travel on their land and run these trucks to the fullest. They advise us different turns, different areas where there are sinkholes or whatnot. So they're very, very, very experienced.
an opportunity to learn what that truck will really do. If you don't come out here and do it, you don't really get a chance to really see the capabilities of the truck. And once you come out here, then you learn an awful lot about it. Then you're around people that have driven them in more places. They understand the truck, and they're going to give you opportunity to learn more about your truck.
And the team that had so much experience, just having a mechanic on the trip as well, I mean, takes away so many worries. And traveling as a group is almost necessary down here. I wouldn't want to be, you know, without that knowledgeable team and, you know, knowing where we're going, because sometimes, you know, you turn off onto one of these dirt roads and your cell phone service is gone, even though you had it just a second ago. And then you know that with that radio and with the people in front of you and with the people behind you that you're, you know, taken care of and you're not lost.
You start with a diverse group and everybody comes together, and it's because of the staff.
I couldn't say good enough things about those guys. I mean, they're just so helpful, and just to see them, you know, how they drive and, you know, how much they enjoy it still after all these years. They're still like little kids, you know, getting in their trucks and racing, and I think it's just absolutely awesome.
A couple weeks before the trip, a brand new 2024 Shelter Green Raptor becomes available in North Houston. And ServPro, being ServPro, buys the Raptor. He must have this Shelter Green truck. They have a week between Baja trips to build this 2024 Raptor to be ready to run. They got an SVC mid-travel kit they put on the front of it. They got new glass. They did all of these things, all these amazing things. As I'm sitting here recording this video, the Shelter Green truck, which I call Gumby, has made it all the way down to the end of the peninsula. No problems, no issues, an amazing truck.
We are for the 2024 season with the very first mid-travel 2024 Ford Raptor in Shelter Green in Baja. Bought the truck on short notice, had it less than a month, saw it for the first time about 6 days ago. Got the SVC mid-travel put it on her, and she came down here and proved why we choose SVC and why we choose Comau truck here. She's hitting bumps, she's doing jumps, she's going left, she's going right. Luckily, the guys at SBC and Comau were able to bring everything together and put the truck together in 2 weeks' notice. Full mid-travel kit, fiberglass fenders front and rear, intercooler, bumper, lights, all the stuff and things. Really impressed at how quick they were able to bring everything together and do it properly. We've put several miles, a couple thousand miles on the truck this weekend, and not a single time have we had any issues whatsoever.
All right, we're gonna go back just right to the square so we all can get our cars, drive 500 feet and get back out of our cars and go look at the mission. And then we're gonna go to San Juanico today, which is about 120 miles south of here, essentially all dirt. It's a really fun road, but there are like some very deep Vados dips that will ruin your day. So it's a big drive, which you can see kind of day. But we will have a lot of fun, but the joke is always day 3 is when people start getting a little overconfident and things go wrong. So don't get overconfident, and it's a lot of fun. It's a fun road, but there are some big dips that are no fun.
One of the amazing things about Mexico, you get exposed to new things on real roads, and you're like, wait, what is this? And so you'll hear Trey calling up Vados. We got Vados coming up, and you're like, what is a Vado? What is this? So the way it's done in Mexico is the highways will drop down and allow water to cross, and it's called a Vado. But as you drop down, you also must come back up. And so the Raptor, if done at the right speed, you can go into a Vado and come out of a Vado with quite a jump. And it's pretty fun, pretty exciting.
Zach was running, he was driving whenever we got on the Vados, and so I'm going, Vado. And he's going like, after the first one, he kind of realized why Dad was calling out Vados.
You got to be careful. You're driving at a high rate of speed. You got to keep your eye out and notice them, be able to slow down in time to take those. And then if you have a double Vado, you made it through the first one, and then, oh no, the second one will get you.
We were coming up to the film crew, and we were driving up, and when I saw Chen, my son was like, he kind of like, was moderate, and I saw Chen, I'm like, go, hit it. And when we hit it, man, and we hit that, we got that air time, the back of that truck was up in the air, I was like, ooh, Dukes of Hazzard, baby.
Some of these boys got a little spicy on the Vados. We got roof rack. Apparently he had a little bit too much, he was a little too front heavy with that roof rack, and he came in that thing doing about 70, 80 miles an hour, and whoop, looking for pennies. Been there, got that t-shirt. You only do it once and then you don't want to do it again because you can wreck things and do stuff and things. But again, roof racks, we like the roof racks. They're real nice guys.
Me and Chen on the media squad were looking and like, nobody did it right. Not a single person did it right. So, Chen and I throw our trucks on the road. We tell Victor and Junior to wait. We'll be right back. And we back up about 300 yards. And we just right foot it, hammer down all the way, and blast through that Vado and get all the air. I will have to concede, Chen, with some hot sauce strapped to his grill, beat me by maybe a couple inches, but 2 great jumps from the camera squad. Always a win for the camera squad. Love me some Vados.
The rest day that we had in Loreto, I was really looking forward to because it was a new hike up into this canyon that had running fresh water from a freshwater spring. Hudson had brought up, there's this daytime excursion. Do you want to go on it? I always want to explore something new, and there's so many cool opportunities that pop up on off days.
We're not looking for a waterfall because we've already done that, and we know the waterfall doesn't exist. So now we're just hiking for fun, and figure out if we can go swimming today.
Hudson and Sergio had found a really fun hike that was about 25-30 minutes south of town, and so we had a small group of guys that wanted to not be too bored in town and go trinket shopping. Instead, we wanted to keep exploring Baja, and we got to hike what we thought was going to be a dry canyon, and turned out we had to wade through some really cold water in the shade, but we had a good group of about 10 guys, and one of the wives got to come too and kind of do it as a team through the canyon. That was a really good time and day well spent, I'd say.
I wasn't really prepared to go hiking. Thank God, watching the videos from last year, I was a little prepared. My little web feet, Vibram shoes. Want to go through some more water, so we'll see what lies ahead through these trails.
When we start crossing into some like deeper water, like some of these cuts coming through with running water, and Cecil jumps in and he's like, "Oh boy, I need some floaties." And I was like, you for real? Like, you need some floaties? Like, yeah, guys, like, I need some help getting through here. So I'm like, all right, well, I had guarded when I was 18 years old. That's a long time ago. So I swim up and he's like holding on to my shoulder. I'm like, hey man, I'm kind of going underwater. I look over at Zach, who's like diver, and I would trust my life with him. And he had those eyes like, I got you, bro.
Where's my floaty? Alex! So if you haven't noticed by now, I can barely swim, but Alex has been so gracious and so nice to be my floaty.
Several of the guys helped him along and got him to the next area. He thought that was the only place that it was going to be deep, and there were, 5 more places. It was great.
He wasn't as comfortable in the water as we thought he was, and Alex and I gave him a hand and made sure that he was fine crossing the water crossings.
It's just a wonderful day to spend it, on Baja with great people.
It was like being in the middle of the tropical island. I can't even believe that we did. I'm so grateful, and I never laughed more in my life.
It was definitely a great experience, and just like one more to add to the checklist of coming to Baja.
Hey, welcome to Baja Raptor Run. This is gonna be one of the coolest things we do on this trip, up and around the mountain, down to a beach on the way into Los Barillas. One of my favorite people in the world, Chris, AKA Surf Pro, a little afraid of heights, a little scared about today's journey on the mountain passes. And in all honesty, he has the fattest truck here, so he's probably a little bit more scared than normal, but it's gonna be a great time. We'll see if he cries.
It is like one of the most breathtaking roads in Baja. Like, you climb over this mountain and then like you just come around the corner and boom, see Cortez. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah.
We had one road that was pretty epic in the sense that we were coming off of a mountain with tight curves, and it's a little scary depending if you're the driver or you're the passenger. We knew that Surf Pro was a little nervous because the radio was really quiet.
I don't think most people realize this about Baja, is there are mountains here. And there are mountains right next to the ocean. And there's a couple roads that we take that are basically mountain shelf roads that run right next to the ocean. You go really high, if you look out to the left, the truck's gonna go way down, and it would be bad for you. So Chris, in his brand new shelter green Raptor, was a little bit nervous. A little bit of a chicken, I think is probably a fair way to say it. But we start up the mountain road, he's in. Chad, his co-dog, has convinced him that this is a smart thing to do, that we must do it. And Chris is on the radio, and as we're starting our ascent up the mountain, Chris goes, please, can we not stop? Can we just go up and go right back down? Because I really don't want to stop on the mountain. But he made it, he got down to the other side. You'll see in this video some of the most amazing views off of a mountain looking out at the Sea of Cortez. It's incredibly beautiful, and Chris actually did it, and we're all real proud of him. We gave him a big hug when we got to the bottom.
Look at the mountain and you don't have to look at the drop. And that works. It works, it maths every time. Luckily, it wasn't as bad as I remembered it. In my mind, it was way, way worse. But once we got up there, it wasn't too bad. But I was still looking. The views are great, but I can see those on the videos. That's why we got you guys. I'm not here. I don't need to take the videos.
Take these, incredible turns around the mountain, and it's just a sheer cliff. But then, you come around a corner and you're on a gorgeous beach somewhere, and we were the only group on that beach, and it was, miles long. So, really wild.
Brighter days on the other side of pain. Can't be the same if you want to see some change. Iced out chains got you acting kind of strange. Mine got corroded by the fortune and the fame.
So we come down out of the mountains, and we go to what is called Birthday Beach. And of course, Trey's in the front. He's the lead truck. He's the first one on the beach. And he immediately proceeds to drive to sand that nobody should be driving in. And 2 customers follow him directly in there. And so once they're in the really bad beach sand, Trey goes, oh, 4-wheel drive. At that point, it's too late. So we stick 2 customer trucks in the beach, which is fine because we were gonna hang out at the beach for a while.
If you come onto the beach and you don't got the beans, you're gonna get stuck. And our friend Cecil and the mountain climbers, they didn't find the beans. I was right next to him. I pulled up right next to him. Everybody's in 4-wheel drive. Everybody's doing the things. But it's the experience that kept me from getting stuck like those guys. Luckily, we had our good leader, Trey Powell, and we had Silver Mike that were there to help those boys out and learn their hard lesson. Not me. I gave her the bean.
Right out. We pull out and there's 2 stuck vehicles already on the beach. Cecil's just hammer down, sand flying everywhere, thinking he's gonna get out, and yeah, it turned into a little bit of a recovery operation, but that's part of the adventure.
Trey is able to extract himself. I think he actually does this on purpose so that he can look cool in the videos, pulling customers out. I think in all honesty, he drugged them down there. It was a trap, totally a trap. And he got him stuck in the sand, and then he yanks him out. He gets this little hero complex out of it. But it was an amazing day at Birthday Beach. We got 2 trucks out, spent a lot of time in the water, a lot of time talking about the first 6 or 7 days on the trip, and it's just an amazing experience at Birthday Beach.
We're going to a waterfall called Sol de Mayo. It is pretty high and it's a pretty steep drop. Just an absolutely spectacular sight. One of my favorite places in Baja.
Gather around, me and my squad gon' run this town. Crank this up, that's my sound. Turn this whole club upside down. 1 foot out.
Excited to head to the waterfall, good times. Gonna jump today, gonna get wet.
Shake it, show love. Just got paid, mama, what's up? I'm too blessed, no love. I'm way up, I'm stuck. Feeling good tonight. I came out with the hood tonight. Which one of y'all boys would tonight? Might just do a little jug tonight.
So it's a gigantic pool, huge waterfall, and there's actually an opportunity, if you want to scale it, to climb to the top of the waterfall and jump in. And so I did the jump in today. Chris did, ServPro did a jump in today, and so did Nate, who's driving the support truck. It's super cool to kind of go to a spot that nobody else gets to really see. You don't know it exists. And because Trey and his team have scoped all these things out, and you go to these amazing hotels, and you're in places that nobody else really goes to, you get to do really cool things like Sol de Mayo.
I'm not a big hiking guy. I've already seen the waterfall. I've seen the cave paintings. Went to see the waterfall again. We took a big group down there. Beautiful weather, beautiful water, beautiful waterfalls. A really good time. The hike's not too bad, but it was great for a rest day to get over there and hike down and hang out with some friends, swim around, float around. You know what they say, special teams, special players, special plays.
The waterfall was incredible. And you come around that turn Was not expecting that at all. And beautiful water, super cool, like actually cool, you know, which was needed after a bit of a hike to get down there. Incredibly amazing. So there's been so many parts where it's every day we wake up and I'm like, I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do, but every day has been wonderful.
One of the really cool things, in 2013 I came as a customer, and I've come as a customer many times, but Trey is such a good friend and we've had so much fun down here. Now running basically as part of the staff, what I would call the camera team, media team, camera squad. We have so much fun running ahead of all the customers and Trey and getting to the great spots. There's all the amazing things that you see on YouTube is because we're running ahead to find those sweet spots. And one of the things that was great on day one this year, so we went to Chapala Lake Bed, and we find just this amazing silt bed.
It's hard to explain. It doesn't look as bad as it is. You see the top of the silt bed, but what you don't realize, there's another 2 foot of silt that's sitting below that. So it's always exciting for the customers to see. If you've never seen a silt bed and don't know what it looks like for somebody else to hit a silt bed, it's really exciting. And you can usually tell because you'll see the dust will change from one color, light and thin, to, oh, silt, bright orange. And it's really exciting because it gives you a little pucker factor that new customers down here don't know to look for. So awesome to see those guys hit those silt beds, some a little faster than they should, and smiles it brings to them. But at the end of the day, we all get out of the silt beds. You're just a little bit cleaner if you don't stop in them. Trey.
The videos out of the silt bed should be epic. Everybody's like, you're gonna blow up the YouTube with what should happen. You've probably seen the video of me in that silt bed. It's amazing. And I don't know what happened, but I didn't think anybody could get stuck there, but somehow El Jefe got stuck. It was pretty funny to see Trey and Tubi not make it out. One of the funniest things so far on this trip for me was later showing him a video of me going through that same exact spot. And I said, hey Trey, there's the line that you missed. That's exactly how you should have done it.
Step by step, I've walked 100 miles and I still ain't sure just what I'm trying so hard to find. The night seems longer and the wind blows louder when you wander so far from home. If I cross your mind, say a prayer, I'll find my way and get off of this
We have a lot of things to see. You know, it's a lot about the Raptors and the trucks and being able to drive fast, but in between that, there's a lot of camaraderie between the teams, between the groups, the customers, and everybody. You know, whether it be a dry lake bed or whether it be, you know, the missions and the stops in San Juanico, there's lots of history throughout the peninsula that you just get exposed to.
We came down and found these cave paintings that the guys have been to before. Fun part about any of those drives and experiences, when you drive there, it's never an ugly drive. It's still a technical, fun part of the adventure when you're off in the dirt. But getting to climb up to this cave painting that's been there for tens of thousands of years and getting to see these giant figures with 6 fingers on each hand and everyone trying to have their own interpretation of what the painting meant.
The cave paintings were a complete surprise. I was expecting some, you know, small, tiny cave paintings, and they're massive and really, really well preserved, which is incredible. I guess, you know, the dry desert. The hike up was amazing as well. Really liked it. Kind of surprised to have that in the middle of nowhere. And the drive out there was amazing. I drove a lot of that drive, which was kind of shocking. I never expected to come down and be given the wheel that much. So much fun.
The cave paintings really are amazing. You go up there and you see these giant figures painted on the walls. They got extra fingers, all kinds of cool things. And there's all these crazy stories that go all back from the Indians about who lives here and who painted those paintings. But I'm fairly confident, and Mark winked at me once, but I'm fairly confident the first time Mark actually came to Baja that he and a couple of his hippie buddies went up there with some watercolors and just painted those up there. And so maybe aliens did it, or maybe Mark Noggle. It's not really clear to me though.
Cave paintings? I've been to the cave painting once. Why would I hike up there again when I could sit my truck in the AC, watch it on the Starlink, eat quesadillas? Nah.
If you've seen the cave paintings once, that's enough. You like history, you like paintings, you like caves, you go see them again. But if you like quesadillas more like I do, then you're gonna stay down and make quesadillas while our customers go up there and hike up there and get the experience.
And sometimes hard to believe it's real, right? They were so well preserved. Seeing them in such a raw form, meaning it's not a touristy spot, it's middle of nowhere Baja, and you climb up to this cave and there is this well-preserved paintings that, you know, it's like you're touching the old history.
Get off of this lonely road. my therapy. I feel my sorrows fading away. I close my eyes to see the light that's shining deep inside me.
One of the greatest parts about these trucks is that you can turn it into the Baja mode and it's equivalent to smiles, and it tunes it to exactly what you need. We have a lot of the new customers that get a little bit lost in what mode they should be in. Kick it into Baja mode, it does all the stuff and things you need to do, and it allows you to safely and excitingly traverse this terrain in a safe way that it'll be something that you'll be able to remember for years. Trucks do what they're supposed to do, they keep you safe, and at the end of the day they create memories. There's lots of history throughout the peninsula that you just get exposed to. And that history isn't necessarily on a sign that you get to read. That history is through the people that have been here and come through here through the years, whether it's, Noggle, who's old as dirt, or Trey, who's been running these trips for years and years. There's always a unique perspective for all the customers and staff that have come here, and sharing that with the customers is one of the most awesome parts here. Something special, something special. It's not something you can read in a book, but it's something you're able to convey to these customers. Pretty special part of this trip that, you can't put in an ad.
It's hard to describe because most people won't understand, but it's just incredible, honestly. The first day I was nervous, and now I look forward to each turn.
We travel the world, and I tell you, first time we came to Baja was about 7 years ago, and one thing I can tell you, it immediately felt like home. We fall in love with it. And people always think it's just a desert, sand, and rock. The diverse climate here and diverse fauna, and just everything is just so amazing. Like, you can find a canyon with a ton of water and vegetation like Oasis, and the ocean, obviously, Sea of Cortez, which is very warm, Pacific very cold. There's so many things to do here. It's just a wonderful place.
And the people. The people are amazing. Very nice.
Coming down here to Baja, it is like a step back in time, but it's really amazing. We get to go to places that probably not a lot of people have seen. Definitely off some of the beaten paths. All of Baja is really amazing. People, the food, the culture, we really, really enjoy it down here.
It's really just the community, the culture, the guys that we're with on the trip, the wives that have enjoyed themselves. It's really just kind of a family-friendly setting, and you're all here doing it together.
I'm still shocked that I signed up and am here. It's been wonderful and a great way to do something totally different. Everyone back home was very shocked when I said that we were going to, basically drive the entire Baja Peninsula and do a lot of the trails from the Baja 1000. And it's been just so much more than that.
In my humble opinion, one thing, and I don't even want to talk a bucket list, this is beyond that. You'll never be able to get the experiences looking at the video of the smell, of the touch, of the feel, stepping on the sand in your bare feet. This is a must. If you really see the video and you really want to experience it, then you have to try it.